Hi, so we're here in the garden for our next outdoor class. And today I'm going to ask Andre what are his top tips he would give his fellow learners on learning and improving their English. So, Andre, I'm going to leave the floor to you.
Okay.
What you've had now 7 weeks here, so what are your top tips you would give your learners?
Yeah. The first tip I would give is switch everything to English, especially your electronic devices. If you have a computer, if you have a phone, even some apps, you can switch them to English. Force yourself to the language and try to use it. Every minute, every hour. In that
Right.
way.
Okay,
Yeah.
so all your devices, like your
Yeah.
iPhones, your iPads, your tablets,
Yes.
and you found that that's been very useful for you.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And tip two.
Tip two. Yeah. Um, Everything that you want to know, read, listen, reading, um, or hear to radio. Try to do that in English, or read the news on your app. Um, yeah, try to do everything in English. And for example, I I have an app in German, but I never opened that until now it's 7 weeks. It's a news app. I try to get my information through English written channels or something like that. And if it's there, for example, if you watch a film or a podcast, if there is a subtitle available, switch it on. That helps too.
And
To
what news app are you watching or reading in English?
Yeah, I have the BBC News app, the BBC Sports News app, and on my phone there is a new one. It's it's a news, it's a collection where you can choose different topics from yeah dozens of uh, pages, etc. So you can choose your topics, and you have one app uh, where the news pops up.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you find that, and so you read that every day.
yeah, yes,
You look up your
yes,
news,
yeah.
everything. And so you've not read your German
No,
language news app since arriving.
yeah,
Wonderful. And have you found that it's improved your English?
yes, yeah. Maybe not everyone can do that. I mean, I don't have a job at the moment, but for me it's maybe a little bit easier to do that completely in English, everything in English. But I would recommend that to do that.
Great.
Mm.
Okay. So Andre suggests um, reading your news in English. Excellent. So, tip number three.
Yeah, reproduce your words that you heard or learned in the class in a journal. That helps to remember the words. Or yeah, even if you read the news or something, when you do later a journal and think about the words and try to use them in a meaningful sentence, um, it helps in terms of the words himself, or of the words that you can remember uh, the meaning of them, and also your writing um, can improve, or profit from that.
It can help
Yeah, it,
improve.
it, it helps.
Right. Okay. So taking the vocabulary that you've learned in class, just in class, or also other vocabulary you see?
I would say other also. I did most of the time. I did the words where we had in class, just to reproduce them. Yeah.
And have you enjoyed that experience of writing?
Yes, I'm not the biggest writer, so I never. I think I would never write a novel or something like that, but it helped a lot. I think, yeah.
What does it help you? Does it help with just the vocabulary? Does it help you with sentence structure in English?
Yeah, I think it's the connection. You have the word, go look again over your notes, maybe from the last day, and then when you try to write a sentence, a meaningful sentence, it's like a connection, so you can use both the word himself, but also in writing. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so a journal. Good idea. And your final tip? Because you told me you had 4 tips.
Yes.
Tip number 4.
Yes. Tip number 4. If there is no internet available for you because of roaming, etc. So when you are outside, maybe in London or somewhere, if you see a word that interests you or attracts you, write it down or take a picture. Then you can translate it later when you have internet or Wi-Fi available, or you can discuss this in class, because some words have different meaning. And yeah, I had some words. For example, foul. I heard this word 2 or 3 times, so I read it in the train or even in the park. Yeah. Make a picture or write them on a paper, and later on you can discuss this in class. Yeah.
So observing the language around you.
Yes.
So this would work in an English-speaking country. So of course you've got the language around you. What suggestions would you give for someone, once you are back in Switzerland, clearly you don't have that to be able to observe.
Yeah, it helps a lot to do things that are you interested in, reading or watch a film or a podcast, etc. I think that would help a lot.
Okay, so just recording any language that you like, that you'd like to use.
To use, yeah.
And where you're not too sure, then check with your teacher if you have a teacher.
Yeah.
Great. So 4 tips. So just to summarize, the first one is to switch all your devices into the English language. Tip 2, it's to read as much and watch as much with subtitles. Tip 3 is to reproduce the language that you see in perhaps a journal, so you get practice with writing, sentence structure.
Yeah.
And it allows you to also remember the language more easily. And if you are in an English-speaking country, as you're going around, take a notebook or use your phone to take photos of interesting language to then reproduce or check with your teacher. Excellent tips. Thanks very much, Andre.
Thank you.
And I will be putting this in a blog post and sharing this with you. Thanks very much. Bye.
Bye-bye.